Good morning, my friends. Beautiful morning here, Mullumbimby, Shire, Australia. I got up early because I'm getting practice in for getting up early for the spring and summer. Working in the mornings, afternoons, and having the middle of the day off, or just working on videos and edits and things in that time when it's hot. It's all about connecting with the land and everything around me and making everything work efficiently. And that's what today I want to talk about, because I haven't really been bringing out a lot of videos, and I just got married. Shirley and I just got married on the 25th. Unreal, totally happy, and she's sleeping right as we speak because I'm up very, very early to get this done and have a cup of tea and say g'day to you guys, because I want to get back to once what was, and that means, reinventing and rebuilding the micro farm, coming back to what I call number one, the number one project. It doesn't mean number one for the best, it means number one for where I started right back, and I've been really micro farming for probably 30 years, off and on, and just getting better at it all the time. But I know the one thing, the only way it works for me is to connect with people, my customers, give them as much value as possible, and make an enjoyable experience for them when they come here, and take away a really good quality product. But for them to do that, for me to do that, I've got to connect with this land. I've got to make a really great compost, which connects me to the soil that I'm growing, and then I've got to be able to grow little plants with it, which connects me to the plants. I've got to watch the rain cycles, the sun cycles, all those type of things, which I've done here for the last year now, so I know where the sun goes through the winter, through the summer, all that type of stuff. I'm meeting people walking up and down the street as we're micro farming in the front here, and it reminisces me back to thinking about, why can't we get back to a time when there was the milko was going up the road, and he was delivering milk, and he would say hello to someone, and they would say thanks for the milk, and they would give him the money. The bread guy used to do something similar, these type of things. And I really loved that when I was a kid, but I didn't know any different, right? Because I thought the world was always going to be the same. But I'm telling you, we're getting less and less connected to it over time. You've only got to look at history since World War II and the invention of the petrochemical fertilizer, that we've just lost connection with our land. It's just all about throwing stuff out, watching it grow, poisoning everything, and unfortunately, us as human beings, we're getting more poisoned as well. Like, I think heart attack now is one of the biggest killers in the world. Lots of people are getting cancer and all this stuff and getting sick, and it's just really, really sad. And I'm not a doctor, all those type of things, so I can only say what I see around me. And I really believe a lot of it is because we're just not living the healthy lives that we used to live, pre-World War II or just after World War II, up to say 1960s, 1970s. That started disappearing in a very rapid fire way, and we're losing connection with our soils, all these type of things, and we're just depleting everything around us. And now the internet's approaching us even more for the younger crew to disconnect us even more, because they're going into these virtual reality rooms where they're not even really in real life. It's like create these avatars and become someone else or something else, who they want to be, because they're not happy about themselves. They're losing connection with themselves. It's so, so sad. And I'm like, hey, how do we get back to once what was? And I know we never will fully. It's just the way it's happening, where the world's evolving the whole time. But if we lose connection with the land, we're in big trouble. Emotionally, physically, health-wise, mentally, the whole thing. And my plan here is to actually change that and go back and be the opposite to the way the world's going, and to connect with more people, connect with the land, and connect with everything that's going on around me in an organic manner. This is probably going to be the least organic thing that I'm going to be doing, other than the new website that I'm going to be building. I'll talk about that in a little bit coming up. But I want you to think about it, about how you can connect back. And one way, to do it is to just get out in the garden more, grow more food, and start producing, making your own compost, get into a bit of worm farming, you know, growing plants in season, all these type of things, and just be aware of what's coming up. So like it's coming up in the next month, the next 6 weeks, the next 3 months, and sort of plan ahead accordingly and reconnect with the land in a way like that. So and then we get better success in the garden when we do that. Now, I'd love to know how you feel about this whole evolving thing. Are you looking at ways of getting back? I know the people that went back and did all the off-grid stuff, that's why it was such a big thing, is because they knew that they were losing that connection, and I believe that's still happening to today, and the homesteading thing taking off and all that stuff. So there are a lot of people reconnecting and wanting to get back to those values. So I'd love to hear what you've got to say about that. Now, I am building a new website. It's about 2/3 done, or maybe half done. We're going to be putting the product line on there. I'm going to be blogging and putting some content on there about what I'm growing, where, when and how. I'll start building some lists and different things for local people around here to help them with their gardening stuff. And we'll sort of just take it from there, and I'll roll some videos on there. I've actually got a space where I can put maybe even some private videos. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it's the next stage to reconnect with other people and to get information out there into this world wide web, right? Which I'm not knocking. I actually really love it because I get to connect with you guys all around the world. But I'm more talking about connecting with the land and with the earth and what's around us. And then even like if you want to take it even further, like I do, I'm a Christian, so I connect with the living God, right? And that really brings me a lot of happiness. I've been blessed with this home. I've been blessed with a wonderful wife, and I know she's feeling the same about me, and it's just fantastic. And so getting back to once what was. I know that's a bit of a weird title and things like that, but I've been trying to make a video every week, more coming out as the garden starts growing and things start warming up. So there's a lot going on here at Martys Garden, and today's just really something I want to talk about. I feel quite happy about it, quite strong about the way that I'm moving forward, and I'm going to show you what's going on in the micro farm over the next few weeks. Pretty exciting what's being built out here, and cheers to you, my friends. Thank you so much for spending time with me this morning here and just connecting with me here. I really love you all, and I want you to have a beautiful weekend, week ahead, and a joyful, happy life. God bless. Bye for now. Cup of tea time. Brekkie too.